Namaste everyone, welcome to my channel, even SterVens. Will Smith brought his ass to the red table. He talked about forgiveness, he talked about past trauma, and he also talked about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Get yourself together and let me spill this tea on you.
Be real careful, you know what I'm saying? Be real careful. This is a new day.
I know. Trust me, I know. This is an old topic. Everybody talk about it, everybody done a video about it, but I haven't done one too. So I watched the Wet Table Talk interview with Will Smith and the doctor, and I also watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion like twice. The first thing I want to talk about is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the reunion. So when I watched the reunion, that was like 3 weeks ago, and it was 2 weeks ago. I watched it 2 weeks ago. When I was watching the reunion, I felt like I was misled because through the promo, it showed you the old Aunt Vivian, and he also showed you with the new Aunt Vivian. And I thought throughout the whole reunion, it was going to be about everybody catching up, which I understand. As I was watching the reunion, you could see the highlight of the whole show, what it takes, how it got there, and how the show become the show it is, a classic. So I fairly understand the highlight, what they were doing. From my perception, as I was watching the trailer, I thought throughout the whole reunion is what's going to be a focus on Aunt Vivian and the new one and the old one. So that was my understanding. So I was super disappointed after I watched the reunion for that purpose only, because I felt like I was misled. However, when I watched the Wet Table, and I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. Because one thing I understand as a YouTuber, and I see a lot of people do video with other people, and however, some people, they do video for exposure, and other people do a video and they get paid for it. And one thing I had to say, Will Smith did a good thing. The way he did it, he used the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He teased us. He grabbed us from there. Now you're curious to know what the whole sit down with Aunt Viv was about. And when you watch the Wet Table Talk, everything makes sense. I watched the Wet Table Talk interview like twice. I wanted to take note. I wanted to make sure I understand the story. I heard the story over and over again. So what happened was Will Smith allegedly got Aunt Vivian fired, aka Janet Hubert. I think that's her name, Hubert. Throughout the whole thing, I have seen a couple of videos of Janet address Will Smith a couple times. She is so angry about what happened. And as you sit down and you look at it like, wait a minute, it's been 20 years later. Wow, this lady's still mad. As you watch the interview and you see the breakdown, and you have to understand in the industry, once you've been blackballed, you are blackballed. There is no way in ever again. The fact is, throughout that interview, you learn she was in an abused marriage. She was the only one working. Once she got fired from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, she never worked ever again in Hollywood. To recognize the fact is, this lady have built her resume, and now it takes one person to say one thing about her and to realize that killed her whole career. I would have the same feeling toward anybody that cost me my career. I understand everything after I watched the Wet Table Talk. And one thing I got away from the Wet Table Talk interview, the Wet Table Talk sit down with Will Smith, is the fact is accountability. And I think that's something as individual, which I think I talk about it, and I think that's one thing that's going to be a theme of my channel. We need to hold people accountable for the fucked up shit, and we also need to hold ourselves accountable for things we do. We have to be willing to forgive, and we have to be willing to move forward, which is going to be the last part of this video, forgiveness. And as you see Will Smith talk throughout the Wet Table Talk, he talked about he was going through his own issue also, and you have to see the fact is, as people, we make mistakes. Point blank and period. It doesn't matter when you recognize you're wrong and make it right. As long you make it right, you make it right. Point blank and period. One thing that grabbed my attention throughout the interview is the fact is the doctor, aka the therapist that was there with Will Smith, she did recognize the fact is Will Smith was there to listen to understanding. I feel like that's something a lot of people is lack of. Whenever they did something wrong or somebody called them out of their shit, they are not willing to listen. And I think that's the thing I did appreciate about the Wet Table Talk sit down with Will Smith. The fact is, he understands this lady is hurting. This lady been traumatized, and this lady no longer have a career in Hollywood. And the fact is, when Will Smith sat down and listened to her talk and taking everything in, to me, you have to appreciate Will Smith, and you also have to appreciate what the Wet Table Talk is doing. Which, if you watch my other video I do about the Wet Table Talk, is the fact is, the Wet Table Talk always open the door to have a conversation. And I think that's very important as people to recognize it's okay to agree to disagree, point blank and period. But if we could have an honest conversation with each other, it's going to make us grow as people, and it's also going to open the door to understand other people. That's the thing I took away from the Wet Table Talk. And I did appreciate the fact that Will Smith recognized, if I'm going to celebrate this show, I need to celebrate every hand that made the show the success it was. And the fact is, I needed to reach out to this person and have a conversation and see, where did I go wrong? How can I fix it? Can I even fix it? I know when people look at the Wet Table Talk, they are going to be very dismissive to the Wet Table Talk, especially when the whole August Asino and Jada thing popped up. People was like, you cannot come to your platform and have a conversation and pretend to be perfect when you know you're not. And I think as people, we have to recognize we are human beings, and the people we idolize, they are people just like us. They're going to make mistakes. That's part of being human. And the thing is, I feel like it's very important. As people make mistakes, they need to acknowledge that mistake, and they need to make it right. And I think that's what Will Smith was doing it. But guys, I am not naive. I was not born yesterday, so I had to be honest with myself. I had to be honest with the situation. Yes, Will Smith reached out to Janet Hubert, but however, he's still profiting from the whole thing, because like he did the interview. With this interview, he did a part of it was with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and also a part of that interview was with the Wet Table Talk. So no matter how you look at it, he get paid for it. And I'm not saying he did it just to get paid, but he got something out of it beside just resolve the issue. So no, I'm not going to act like I am not aware what was happening, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what was the intention behind it, if it was good or not, but the fact he got it done, point blank and period. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is forgiveness. And I think in life, I have to talk for myself. I don't like forgive people, but if I do forgive people, I don't let them know I forgive them. And I think sometimes when you forgive others, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself, point blank and period. And I feel like with Will Smith, allow himself to be vulnerable and have a conversation with Janet. And also Janet allowed herself to have a conversation with Will Smith after hating him for that long. It speaks value for the both of them, and he also helped Janet heal, and he also helped Janet moving forward. And I don't care if they did it in front of the camera or behind the camera, and I feel like forgiveness is very important for us to heal. And I think that's the best part about forgiveness, is allowing yourself to heal. Once you forgive someone or you forgive yourself, you are healing. The fact you are healing, it allows you to be a better person. It allows you to be a vessel for the people around you. And I think that's the thing I am very appreciative. The fact is, Will Smith allowed himself to be vulnerable, to allow us to see him in that state. And kudos to him. And I know people are going to give him the side eye. Guess what? Everybody going to have their opinion about certain situation, but that's human nature. We are going to have our opinion, point blank and period. We have to acknowledge Will Smith give us himself to the Wet Table Talk, and that is going to help somebody out there. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the little bell so you can get a video update whenever I post a brand new video. Before I end this video, I have a question for you, so you can participate. If you did watch the Wet Table Talk and also the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, What is your 2 cents on the Wet Table Talk, and what is your 2 cents on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion? Leave your 2 cents below. Get out of here, get the F out of here. I'm out.